What's good, everybody? So, my good friend Glaive just released this video. The biggest lie Love and Deepspace sells you. Virtual boyfriend syndrome. Now, you guys know I am someone who has played Love and Deepspace quite a bit. I played it for quite a while after the 2.0 release. I was very involved with the community. I basically made daily Love and Deepspace commentary videos every single day. I was grinding that out, okay? And then, honestly, to me, the game just kind of fell a bit short. It was very predatory. The amount that you had to spend to guarantee all the cards was a lot. And I wasn't really prepared to do that. On top of the fact that the community itself, like the other community, was just not really for me. It felt very toxic. It felt very gatekeepy. Certain discussions you're like not allowed to have around the game. And it just felt kind of restrictive. I didn't want to deal with it, quite honestly. I didn't want to deal with it. Every time I made any kind of mildly controversial video, there would be posts over Reddit, over Discord, on Twitter, and I just really was just not interested in engaging with that. Unless you said the exact right thing that they want to hear, they will shit on you for it, and I'm just not about that. Not worth my time, not worth the effort. So, I'm very interested to see what my boy Glaive has to say about lads. All right, here we go.
How many times have we heard people say that males don't sell?
Did he just spread our legs? Did he just open up our legs?
This is quite the slap in the face for these people, guys. I mean, what?
You see that? This game right here, it made $30 million last month.
Bro, listen, my lads reacts went kind of crazy. I'll be real.
I have been saying it. I
I need to go talk to Silas. Oh God, if he was in front of me, I would throw his fucking. Oh my God.
Oh, this is perfect.
So let's talk about Love and Deepspace. If you have been anywhere near Twitter in the last few days, you've probably seen the discourse. This game has taken over whether people love it, hate it, critique it, or defend it with the passion of Amber Heard's lawyer.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame.
And here's the kicker. This all started with what should have been a happy moment for the community. The Love and Deepspace developers rolled out the 3.0 update with a bunch of new features. Something players should have been celebrating, but because
it was interesting. I was there. I was watching the live streams. I was excited to see it. There were a lot of cool features. There was a lot of things that were pretty nice.
Because this is the internet, what should have been a simple update quickly spiraled into one of the most bizarre gaming controversies we've seen in a while. Now let's break down what actually happened. The 3.0 update introduced a bunch of quality of life changes and minigames. Normal stuff.
Yep.
Nothing too shocking. But one feature broke the internet. Meet the Remind Me feature. Where your in-game boyfriend can remind you about important things. It is split into 3 categories. First one is the daily reminders, the basics. Did you eat today? Or you should sleep, it's late. You know, like,
hey, did you remember to go take a shit? Yeah, it's been 6 hours since you went to take a piss. Maybe you should go have a waz right now. It's bad for your bladder. I don't want you developing kidney stones, man. You should go take a piss break. Go drink some water right now. It's important.
like a concerned and caring partner would say. And the second is the special event reminders. Birthdays, anniversaries, major meetings, basically a glorified Google Calendar, but make it anime boyfriend. The third, it's the period reminders. Yep, the one that started the fire. The game lets you track your cycle, and your virtual boyfriend will politely check in with, your period is coming soon. Do you have enough supplies? And if you're feeling bad, he even rubs your stomach. That's it. That's the feature. And contrary to popular belief, there is no something like, I can smell the crimson tide, my love. And there is no something like, now is the time for our most primal embrace. It's really just simple, practical reminder. The same thing an actual...
Yep. It's just a reminder. That is what it is. It's nothing outwardly. It's nothing controversial. But a lot of people have reservations about it, right? Why are they collecting your health data? I'm just so against any app that wants you to spend lots of money to have any kind of information relating to your health. Honestly, that's the reason for me why it's strange. I don't want a game focused around us being parasocial with these characters retain any kind of health information from me. Because you just know they could do some shit with that, right? The way they market things, whatever it is. Oh, you're on your period. How about, we give you 20% off today. Like, it's not, I don't like it. It worries me. It concerns me.
actual boyfriend who pays attention would do. But of course, the internet did what the internet does best: lose its collective mind. A single tweet about the period tracker went viral, and suddenly, Love and Deepspace was trending. People outside of the gacha bubble, people who probably didn't know this game existed, started weighing in. Some people called it the most boyfriend-coded feature ever, and the others called it the most Gooner behavior imaginable. And that is where things got interesting. And Twitter did what Twitter does best.
Also, that thing, we have been outgooned, it's just a funny tweet. It's just a funny tweet. There's no reason to take it too seriously. I can't believe that one tweet sparked so much conversation. Men, we have been outgooned. It's just, oh my god, it's not that deep. Holy fuck.
Splits into two aggressively opposed camps. On one side, we have the critiques, the people who saw the words anime boyfriend and period tracker in the same sentence and immediately screamed, "This is the most Gooner behavior imaginable. There is no way an actual boyfriend says that." What? I guess according to them, letting a fictional man remind you about your cycle is somehow a sign of depravity. Like the game is training women to become dangerously dependent on their 2D boyfriends. And there's the defenders, who are equally loud, passionate, declaring, "This is the most boyfriend-coded feature ever created." Because realistically, what is so weird about this? A good boyfriend, one that actually pays attention, would remember important dates, check in on your well-being, and maybe even show concern about your period. Now here is where things get frustrating. A lot of these reactions were based on complete misinformation. People took one out of context tweet and ran it.
Bro, it's just a funny tweet. It's just a funny tweet. That's all it is.
Assuming the game was about to have men whispering, "It smells like the ocean, my love." When in reality, the reminders are shockingly normal. The worst thing they can do, ask if you have pads or painkillers. Oh my god, that's so scary. And again, because this is the internet, logic was thrown out of the window. Instead of actually looking into how the feature works, people started debating the entire game's existence. Because apparently the fate of society hinges on whether or not a dating sim has gotten too far. And this brings us to a much bigger issue. People have absolutely no idea what a Gooner game actually means. They just pass it around like your mother, all term for anything even remotely attractive. Like at this rate, everything is a Gooner game. Genshin Impact drops a new character.
No. Okay, but let's be serious though. Lads is a Gooner game. Let's not pretend, right? You know, everything's a Gooner game, yes, but we can't deny that the game as a whole is absolutely, the whole point of it is to invoke certain feelings inside of you that connect you to characters. That's the whole point.
Dramatic, flashy old Gooner game. Wuthering Waves have characters that love you back. Gooner game. Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, that one might actually be a Gooner game, but you get the point. So let's clarify things for the people who have been misusing this term like it's a free real estate. According to the Urban Dictionary, the greatest source of internet knowledge.
Oh god. Okay. Glaive, I love you, but if we're going to Urban Dictionary for definitions, we're gonna have a problem.
That is somehow both unhinged and alarmingly accurate. A Gooner is someone addicted to consuming adult content, often to the point of being in a trance-like or euphoric state. Gooning is...
It's hyperbole. When we say we're Gooner bait, we're saying it in hyperbole, right? It makes you go, oh damn, I like a bit of that. It doesn't mean that suddenly like you're a porn-addicted sex degenerate. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Lads is a good game, but hey, lads play, I didn't think that.
Is essentially getting so mentally locked in that you lose all sense of reality, like some kind of feral gremlin permanently glued to their screen. So if we take that definition at face value, a Gooner game would have to be explicitly designed to cater to this kind of audience.
A Gooner game, yeah, would have to cater to someone who is a Gooner, and the game would make them goon. Would you agree? If it to truly be to definition, it would be a game that would make you want to goon, which means it could make you become an addict to sexual things and pornography. And that's like obviously not what happens most of the time to most people when they play these games, right? So you could argue, are any of these games really Gooner games if they don't invoke the feeling for you to quote unquote goon? No. The whole point though is it's just very sexualized. I think that's really what it is. The term Gooner and gooning are like now mushed together with just being a sexualized look towards it. That's exactly what's happened. Like, is it something kind of sexual? Is it something that turns you on? Does it make you horny? Does it make your dick hard? Okay, yes, it's Gooner material. If it makes your dick hard, or your you know what? It's a Gooner material. That's really what this is at this point. I think the word Gooner has gone beyond the literal definition of what everyone else assumes it to be.
Basically an adult game packed with excessive fan service, suggestive material, and content meant to keep you in that headspace. So now, let's go back to the question. Is the period tracker feature Gooner bait? Absolutely not. Is Love and Deepspace as a whole a Gooner game? Absolutely. Let's not kid ourselves. This game is literally designed to make you obsessed with these men. You've got abs flashing, self-insert chest caressing, finger biting,
nice.
and let's
you
be
did a good
real,
job.
brat.
Good job, Glaive.
You're gonna pretend that that's not Gooner bait? Are we real? But the real question isn't whether it's a Gooner game. The question is, why are people pretending it isn't? Stop lying to yourself. This game is designed to be an over-the-top romantic fantasy, cranked up to a maximum thirst appeal. It is not subtle. The men are absurdly hot, ridiculously possessive, and so deeply obsessed with you that real-life version of them would have been arrested multiple times by now.
Yeah, the real-life version would be the tongue! The real-life version would be in jail by now. Oh my god, this tongue, bro, it's so uncanny valley. That's what it is. The whole tongue thing is uncanny valley. It's uncomfortable. It's not hot. I don't like it. It's weird. It's creepy. Bro, it's fucking creepy. Get it? Oh my god, I hated this.
Extra. But that's the whole point. And honestly, that's fine. People play.
Yes! It's okay to have a Gooner game, like, lads. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, welcome. Welcome, women, to this side of the internet. We embrace you.
Games for escapism, whether it's God of War.
There are consequences to saying the N-word.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Call of Duty. Or a game where an anime boyfriend calls you how pretty you are every morning.
Okay, actually, he's really hot.
Oh my god.
Wait, actually, low-key, was Zane's
I would let him track my period. Oh my god.
The point is to immerse yourself in a world that isn't real life. If you enjoy it, good for you. If you want to throw your paycheck at an interactive yandere simulator, go ahead. Just don't pretend it's anything other than what it is. The problem isn't the game. The problem is when people start blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. But
so true, Glaive. Spit your shit. The problem, like, it's fine to have this game, but you have to realize there is a whole community of women who play this game who dedicate basically their whole day to playing it. You have to realize they dedicate their whole day. Everything revolves around playing the game. They then make Twitter accounts where they RP as the characters all day. They live their life in this, like, fandom. It's like, if you've ever been familiar with stan culture, it's like that, but for this game and these characters. You know, the ones that you could pay lots of money for to get something out of. It's not like it's just a stan culture thing. No, it's a game where you could end up paying lots of money to get certain cards. It's predatory as hell. And there are people who spend hours and hours and hours living this, like, pretend life. And and a lot of them have ended up being like, you know what? I don't see the point in men when my virtual boyfriends are so nice. And it's like, that's when it becomes a bit worrying. And I become concerned. And I'm like, oh, what are we doing? Is this game good? Like, what are we doing? How can we help these people? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make me feel nice. I feel bad. I pity it, honestly.
But alright, let's get into the real reason why I made this video. Because I can't stand hypocrisy. Simple as that. One of my biggest pet peeves. People acting all high and mighty, looking down on others for doing the exact same thing they do. Like, congratulations, you are now Legions Gaming. And recently, I saw a tweet that is so ridiculous that I physically reacted. You ever read something so cringe that your whole body rejects it? Like your soul tries to eject itself from your body. Yeah, that was me. The tweet basically boiled down to women.
Oh, this tweet. Oh, I got lots of trouble for this tweet. Men calling lads,
and goon better than men. And I'm sorry, I got a full body secondhand embarrassment.
Wait, let me read it out. Men calling lads a Gooner game, but don't realize women are so obsessed with these virtual men because they actually treat women the way real men never could do. Can we just think about this sentence? Can we just, like, think about this sentence for a minute? This is a crazy statement. This is someone who is, like, so deep in the hole. It's like, yes, one, it is a Gooner game, right? And yes, these women are very much obsessed with these fictional men to the point where they believe that real men are, like, terrible. These are also the kinds of people that are like, oh, all men are bad. We should never, like, engage with them. oh, they're all just like abusers. It's like, it's so, this whole tweet just screams, please help. This whole tweet just screams like, please help.
Boiled down to women goon better than men. And I'm sorry, I got a full body secondhand embarrassment, full system shutdown. And if you didn't understand what I was saying, let me put it in girl terms. I got the ick. Now this tweet has a ton of likes, which in internet logic means absolutely nothing. If you've watched my videos, you know that I don't care what the majority thinks. I stand for what is actually right, not what's popular. Men calling lads a gooner game but don't realize women are so obsessed with these virtual men because they actually treat women the way real men never could. Now, at first you might be thinking, huh, okay, let her cook, right? Like, let's have a look at the next one. Maybe it is a gooner game to some, but I'll happily goon to a game that shows me the true meaning of love and companion.
Oh, something I've never received from a real man. Hey, listen, good for you, Lily. Good for you that the game is giving you something that you're looking for, but it's just so unhealthy and not okay to equate a fictional game and live that life. Because if you're living that life and you're choosing the fiction over reality, that is called being delusional. That is called being delusional. Let's look up the definition of delusional real quick. Delusional, characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition, based on having faulty judgment mistaken. When you live a fantasy and believe in your fantasy more than accepting the reality of a situation, and you choose to live in that fantasy, and you now believe that all these like men are terrible and the virtual ones are better and good for you, this is delusion. This is delusional thinking. It's not okay. I'm glad you have your comfort game and it can make you feel good and it can make you feel nice, but to then say that you will choose to live in that fantasy over reality is a whole different game that's like not healthy. And I hope you could find some kind of peace and like help for that.
Something I've never received from a real man. Madame, you have just contradicted yourself in real time, like live on air, zero lag. First, you're saying Love and Deepspace isn't a gooner game. It's just women enjoying deep emotional connections with these fictional men. But then not even a full thread later, you admit that you're happily gooning to it because it's the closest thing to love you've ever had. So which is it? Is it an emotional experience? Or are you just down bad? Because it can't be both. And look, I don't know what kind of men you've been with. I don't know your past. And I'm not here to invalidate your experiences. There are absolutely awful men out there, but there's also good ones. And sitting here making blanket statements about the entire gender because your personal experiences, yeah, that's kind of crazy behavior. Because if you truly believe that the only real love and companionship you'll ever get is from a mobile game designed to extract money from you, I need you to sit down and ask yourself, is this a...
Yep. Again, we have to think about what is the purpose of this game. The purpose of this game is to provide you content that you will then pay for. They want you to pay. So the more that you get wrapped up into this like fantasy and the more that you exist in the fantasy and deep it, the more likely you are to part with your money and give to the company. Let's just remember like the whole bottom line of the whole point of this game is
a healthy way to think, or is this a coping mechanism that just happens to have in-app purchases? Listen, if you enjoy the game, great, go wild, spend all your money, marry your favorite PNG. I do not care. But what you're not going to do is sit here and tell me that this game has shown you the true meaning of love and companionship. That is not love. That is not.
No, honestly, a lot of the traits that a lot of these guys exist. If they did it in the real world, you would file some kind of restraining order. You'd call the police. You know, there's a lot of, you would not, in real life, you would not want a lot of what actually happens in the game happen to you. Maybe, obviously, I'm not saying, oh, so you think women should be treated poorly? No, of course not. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect, with kindness, making sure that people care about you, that you're checked upon, that people are saying, like, the nice words of affirmation that we all want to hear and see, and do the things that we all would like to receive from a loved one. Of course, that's like common sense. But some of the things are very much a fantasy, and that's why a game like this sells, because they sell you a fantasy, and fantasies are okay because they are not real, right? They're not real. But as soon as we cross over to like, oh, I want these in reality, then it's a bit of a problem, right? It's a bit of a problem.
Not companionship. That is an algorithm programmed to say what you want to hear, exactly when you want to hear it. You are not in a relationship. You are not being loved. You are engaging with a program, a moving PNG and a voice actor. And let's be clear, the developers know exactly what they're doing. These games are designed to mimic emotional intimacy to get you to stay, engage, and ultimately spend money. It is a calculated strategy to keep you hooked. So when you say, I'll happily goon to a game that shows me true love, I just have one question. Did you ever stop for a second and think about how insane that sounds? sounds. Because if your new standard for real love is something that only exists because of a dev team in China who did it
Exactly. Your standard of love is now literally a fantasy game. It's not real. You're living in a delusion. You're believing in a delusion. You're delusional. You're delusional. Hello? You're delusional.
to say
I couldn't keep it in anymore. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep it in.
exactly what you want to hear. You are high on delusion. Like, let's be real. There is no way you typed this out and didn't giggle to yourself. At some point, you have to look at your own words and go, wait a minute, maybe this is a little bit too crazy. But of course, she doesn't stop there. She takes it even further. Pretty sure all your ZZZ waifus do for you is bounce their boobs and make you hard. Lads, man, show what real love.
Oh, it's so cringe. This whole tweet is cringe. Oh, the whole tweet thread is cringe. Oh my god. It's like, why are we like trying to like defend one game as shit on another the next? My god.
Love is in both the purest and also the sexiest ways. Lily, Lily, girl, you are on another level of delusion right now. You are Travis Scott. You are highest in the root. First of all, let's not even pretend that Zenless Zone Zero isn't a Gooner game for men. That is not even a debate. The fan service is obvious. It exists. It's intentional. We know this. But you're sitting here trying to act like Love and Deepspace is pure while you are literally taming Silas. And this man dry humps you, breathes down your neck, whispers sweet nothings, and kisses you on command. How is this not worse than some implied fan service? I have played all these games. I have played these games before, and I've seen what Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, and Honkai Star Rail have to offer. And let me tell you, none of them have you making out with the main character.
It's the most Gooner out of all of them. Love and Deepspace is the most Gooner game out of all the Gooner gachas. Apart from maybe like, there's a couple I can think of that maybe are a bit more. Like New Carnival, it's probably Gooner. But like, this is Gooner in a different way. I don't know, it's a very Goon. Even Nikkei is as Gooner as Love and Deepspace.
Love and Deepspace, oh you.
Let's not forget there is a whole ASMR section where you can listen to the basically fuck you ASMR. Let's not forget about that, right? You listen to ASMR and, oh, I'm just rubbing sun cream on you. No, you're not. You're doing some wild shit with your fingers. We've all heard the audio.
You are deep in it. You are romantically entangled with a man who does not exist. So let's be real now, please. You are the same as us. The thing you've been talking down to other people for. You are doing the exact same thing. So get off your high horse. Put some self-awareness in your inventory and just admit it. You goon. You goon just like the rest of us. Where you go, I go. Where you see, I see. You are me. I am you. You are playing a game that is specifically designed to emotionally manipulate you. The developers are not your friends. They are not crafting a game out of the goodness of their hearts so that the
devs are not your friends. They're here to milk you for money. Well, you want to milk these fictional men and, you know, you wish you could in real life. The devs are milking you of your money. And that's okay if you want to spend it. Just spend it responsibly.
Can't experience true love. They are using you. They are keeping you engaged so that you stay immersed, keep playing, and most importantly, keep spending. This isn't about love. This is about money. And let's be real, they do not want you to function in society. If you are so deep into this game that you are unironically calling it a real relationship and claiming it has taught you the purest and true meaning of love, I hate to break it to you, but you're exactly the person they're targeting. And that is the wildest part. You are no different from the people you criticize. You might even be worse, because at least the guys playing these Gooner games aren't pretending it's something it's not. They are not out here calling their waifus their soulmates and saying
some people are, but like it's the community of women that exist on for Love and Deepspace that base the whole personalities and everything around them is not the same level. That it's more, it's a whole different level than what men do. Whole different level. Like, men will not make whole communities where they RP as these characters publicly on Twitter for 10 hours a day. They don't.
They've never experienced love like this before. They are fully aware of what they're doing. You, on the other hand, you are coping. But of course, at the end of the day, if you love the game, play it. If you want to spend money, go ahead. It's your wallet, your time, your body, your choice. But what you're not going to do
about that, some are. Yeah, some. But it's nowhere near like it. You see the women do it like on Twitter and other spaces, having whole other discords. It is not the same degree at all. I know. I've seen both sides of this. I've seen both sides, and the women just take fandom and standom to a whole different level than men, and that is just a fact. That is just a fact.
Is act like you're above the rest of us, because if we're sinners, then you are right here in hell with us.
Are you gonna play it? Am I gonna play it? Jeez. I mean, you know, I don't like playing girl characters, right? Maybe if it was a male character. Wait, no, because that would imply.
What a great video by Glaive. That was an awesome video. That was an awesome video. I appreciate it very much. Make sure you go like and subscribe to Glaive. He's very, very cool. He's very awesome and he's a very good friend. So make sure you go like and subscribe and say all those good things. And so as good as Glaive. Also, go like and subscribe on this video. Leave a comment down below what you think. I am live basically every day on Twitch. Link is in the pinned comment. Come and say hi. Come follow. Come check me out. And I will see all of you tonight on stream doing more Wuthering Waves goodness. I appreciate y'all. See you on the next one. Peace.